So we are into nearly mid-June 2023. Typically I'd be eating lots of figs at this time of the year, but given our weather patterns this year, very long winter and an atypically cool spring, the figs have had trouble ripening. So just to show you a few examples, I do have some Breba fruit hanging here. This is a Genovese Nero AF. So you can see a few pieces of fruit there that the birds haven't gotten yet that are bagged. Definitely get those organza bags out if you haven't. Let's start bagging your fruit. And here you can see main crop is very far behind. Graft of Socorro Black, same kind of thing going on here. We've got a couple Breba figs still ripening up here, and huge number of main crop. So I imagine it won't be until July that we actually see our figs ripen up, our main crop figs, because we are about a month behind normal for here. This is Galicia Negra. Fruits in around the same state. Bass's Favorite did give me a decent Breba crop this year. They ripened up the earliest, and you can see lots of main crop here. Hatita Argentile. Martinenca Ramada, even smaller. He's just started. And Black Madeira, also very immature at this stage. So even though these fig trees woke up about normal time, we just haven't had the heat units that we typically do in spring. You know, generally late spring is kind of our summer starting here. And we just haven't seen those triple digits all that much. So fortunately, one of the chip buds did take. So I should be able to try that variety this year. That variety is the Bergen Unknown. I actually have not been able to try this variety to date, even though it did ripen a lot of figs last year. The birds beat me to it, so I'm looking forward to trying that one out. That would be a Breba. So I put on a number of red Lebanese Bekaa Valley grafts onto this in-ground raspberry latte. That's the rootstock. Those grafts took, and I'm getting a lot of fruit set here off that variety, but again, you can see the figs are very small. This is all main crop. Unlike last year, the Panache Tiger, definitely small, immature at this stage. So these are a while off. Here's the graft I did of the Copole Curt Negra, and you can see we've got figs on this one. So I'll definitely be able to try this variety. That's the very cool thing about grafting, is oftentimes they will push fruit just within a few months of grafting. Over here I do have a few more fig trees, but they are in containers. This guy is a White Madeira number 1. This was actually one that I rooted last year from a 1-node cutting, and I got the cutting from a coworker of mine, Jim. He's been growing this variety for a while now. So just like Black Madeira, this is a Portuguese fig. I'm seeing a small fig that looks to be ready here. Fairly small. And in my experience, the first fruit that you get off plants generally is not the best. They get better with time as the tree ages. But let's cut this open and see what we get. White Madeira number 1 is an Adriatic type fig. If you're not familiar with that class of figs, they're characterized by a light green skin, dark red pulp, and generally a fruit-forward flavor. A lot of times strawberry type flavor, sometimes raspberry. So other figs in this group would be JH Adriatic, White Adriatic, Strawberry Vert, Battaglia, Green Ashia. One I'm growing is Green Greek. I'm not expecting this to be as flavorful as the figs that we'll get later in the season, but definitely a strong strawberry flavor. The skin is a little bit tough, just like Black Madeira. Some seed crunch in there. Yeah, good tasting Adriatic type fig. I tend to not collect Adriatic types because they all taste really, really similar to me. There isn't much complexity to them. You know, they're a nice sweet fig. They do have the green skin, so sometimes birds will stay away from them, not notice them as much because of that. I find in my yard that's not really the case. They'll go after these as well. Really have to bag them all. But if you're looking for a productive Adriatic type fig, a White Madeira #1 may be it. Not too long ago, this variety cost a lot. I think they've come down in price. I will say that I'm growing JH Adriatic, and this is definitely better than the JH Adriatic. Definitely sweeter and more concentrated berry flavor. I missed having this fresh fruit in my yard, so looking forward to quite a few months more of that. Hope you enjoyed this quick tasting and update. Happy growing and happy gardening.